Sup ballers! Today I'm going to tell you some quick and easy tips to help improve your out-of-the-park experience. When I walk down the street, people are always asking me, "Hey Johnny, I want to be a pro out-of-the-park player too, but I don't know how. How could I be more like you?" Well, the answer is that I'm simply the best, and no one will ever be better than me at this game. No one will ever be a better footballer than O.J. Simpson because he is the GOAT. Honestly, it's kinda sad that they never found his wife's killer, but I digress. If you want to get as close to me as possible, here are my 5 best tips to become a better out-of-the-parker. Don't get too close though, because I don't want coronavirus. But before we begin, be sure to like and most importantly subscribe so you can be notified when I post more tips and tricks videos. Number 5. Get the best players. You might have seen the movie Moneyball, where the general manager Billy Beane cobbles together an assortment of baseball rejects to ultimately set the American League record for consecutive wins won during the regular season. What you didn't see is the Athletics didn't even make the World Series. You don't want that. You want players that everyone knows are good. If you have a choice between getting Sean Manaea or Jacob deGrom, get deGrom. It's that simple. Number 4. Win more games than you lose. You only have so many games that your team will play in a season, almost always 162 not counting playoff games. You'll want to win more of these games than you lose. The more you lose, the less you'll be able to win, and that's not how you become a championship out-of-the-parker. If you are new to this game, this might go over your head a little bit, but once you start to realize that winning ball games is better than losing them, you'll be on your way to the top. Number 3. Listen to the owner. If you've made it this far and are still having some difficulty with your out-of-the-park experience, you should know that you're not alone in your gameplay. You might have wondered who is footing the bill for all of this because obviously you don't have millions of dollars for your own baseball team. Well, every team is owned by someone, and they'll give you goals every season that you should absolutely listen to. Other out-of-the-parkers will tell you to ignore them because they don't know anything, but I say the opposite. It's their team, and obviously they want their team to win. Why would you ignore their sage advice? You should adhere to their demands 100% of the time. But you might be saying, "Hey Johnny, I'm doing all of these things. I'm getting the best players. I'm winning more games than I lose. I've listened to the owner religiously, but I'm still not seeing the results that I want from this game." Well, clearly the results you want to see from this game are for you to be basement dwellers then, because these are grade A tips I'm giving you. But if this isn't the case and you're still doing rather poorly, maybe my next tip will be for you. Number 2. Cheat. Now you might be thinking that this is impossible. You don't have access to trash cans or video equipment or even steroids in this game, but you're not without options. Maybe you go into commissioner mode and max out your player's stats. That's kinda like steroids. Maybe you load Task Manager and close out the game before it auto saves and you just sim again over and over until you win. Some would say that this cheapens the game and essentially ruins the point of playing it since you're not accomplishing anything on your own. But it's not your fault the game's stupid AI won't let you win. After all, you're the one who has to deal with lots of injuries when you have a legendary trainer or overpay for pending free agents because the AI thinks that they're really good despite hitting 240 the season prior. You're making all of the right moves. You've done everything that you can. You're just giving the game a little encouragement, that's all. Just a nudge to make it do the things it's supposed to do anyway. But none of these tips are going to seem remotely helpful compared to the last tip I've saved for this video. Number 1. Just don't suck. If you search on YouTube, you're going to find a lot of videos of people who just suck at this game. They didn't win more games than they lost. They didn't get the best players. They didn't do what was necessary not to suck. The less you suck at this game, the more you're going to win. And the more that you win, the less that you'll lose. This really goes hand in hand with tip number 4, but you'll find if you listen to this tip first and foremost, tip number 4 will be a lot easier to accomplish. Not sucking at this game is vital to your success as an out-of-the-parker, as well as your life. After all this, perhaps you're still unconvinced of my methods. Well, don't take my word for it.
My 800-pound life is so much better in the basement with Johnny Ball's tips for out-of-the-park baseball. Now I just don't suck.
Out of the Park is a hard game even for professionals like myself. But if you watched my video carefully and follow all of my instructions, you too can be an out-of-the-park master. That's it for today. If you found my video helpful, please leave a comment and let me know how this has changed your life. Thank you for watching.